It's quite easy to forget how much of a desolate wasteland the early 2000s music scene was. It was post-Britpop, post-Blur, and if you weren't interested in the new metal of Korn, Limp Bizkit and Linkin Park, then there was no sense of excitement on the horizon. It wasn't until the New York bands Interpol, The Strokes, the Yeah Yeah Yeahs arrived, and they spearheaded the first instance of a post-punk revival. Interestingly, while I have made reference to his opinion pieces that post-punk must die, and generally the consensus that anything after 1984 is a devoid creative exercise, theorists such as Simon Reynolds take a much more open-minded stance to these revivals. Speaking around the early to mid-2000s for his book Rip It Up and Start Again, he said, "Many of these groups are just great. It's the sounds of my youth resurrected." But he also recognises where post-punk has changed. It's not clear if these new post-punk groups are fired up in the same way. Vocally, they have it down pat. Lyrically, they're much more opaque. It's not like they're lacking a modern equivalent of the geopolitical turmoil and right-wing shift of the late 70s that fueled the original movement. As I mentioned previously regarding the UK riots, the insidious right-wing shift of the 2020s should prove to be its own incendiary device. But in the last decade, we've seen post-punk confined to musical and lyrical theory rather than any demonstrations that came to rock against racism, as we discovered in an interview with Steve. It would be wrong, however, to not point out how idols, our kind of modern-day post-punk leaders, offset any hauntological accusation by expanding upon the subject matter of post-punk by carrying issues surrounding toxic masculinity in Samaritans, and immigration through Danny Danelko.